Prefix C-O-M. Together, wholly.
Juntos, totalmente.
一起，完全。共に、完全に。
एक साथ पूरी तरह से.
Coalesce. Coalesce. Come together to form one mass or whole. Coalition. Coalition. An alliance for combined action, especially a temporary alliance of political parties forming a government or of states. Coetaneous. Coetaneous. A person of roughly the same age as oneself, a contemporary. Coeval. Coeval. A person of roughly the same age as oneself, a contemporary. Coexist. Coexist. Exist at the same time or in the same place. Cognate. Cognate. A word that has the same origin as another word, or is related in some way to another word. Cohere. Cohere. Be united. Form a whole. Coherence. Coherence. The quality of being logical and consistent. Coherent. Coherent. Of an argument, theory, or policy logical and consistent. Cohesion. Cohesion. The action or fact of forming a united whole. Cohesive. Cohesive. Characterized by or causing cohesion. Coincide. Coincide. Occur at or during the same time. Coincidence. Coincidence. A remarkable concurrence of events or circumstances without apparent causal connection. Coincident. Coincident. Occurring together in space or time. Collaborate. Collaborate. Work jointly on an activity, especially to produce or create something. Collaboration. Collaboration. The action of working with someone to produce or create something. Collaborative. Collaborative. Produced or conducted by two or more parties working together. Collaborator. Collaborator. A person who works jointly on an activity or project, an associate. collapse, collapse. Of a structure fall down or in, give way. Collate, collate. Collect and combine texts, information, or sets of figures in proper order. Collateral, collateral. Something pledged as security for repayment of a loan, to be forfeited in the event of a default. Colleague, colleague. A person with whom one works in a profession or business. Collect, collect. Bring or gather together things, typically when scattered or widespread. Collected, collected. Of a person not perturbed or distracted. Collection, collection. The action or process of collecting someone or something. Collective, collective. Done by people acting as a group. Collectively, collectively. As a group, as a whole. Collector, collector. A person who collects things of a specified type, professionally or as a hobby. College, college. An educational institution or establishment, in particular one providing higher education or specialized professional. Collide, collide. Hit with force when moving. Collision, collision. An instance of one moving object or person striking violently against another. Colloquium, colloquium. An academic conference or seminar. Colloquy, colloquy. A gathering for discussion of theological questions. Collusion, collusion. Secret or illegal cooperation or conspiracy, especially in order to cheat or deceive others. Combat, combat. Fighting between armed forces. Combination, combination. A sequence of numbers or letters used to open a combination lock. Combine, combine. Unite, merge. Combustion, combustion. The process of burning something. Comestible. Comestible. An item of food. Comfort. Comfort. A state of physical ease and freedom from pain or constraint. Comfortable. Comfortable. Especially of clothes or furnishings providing physical ease and relaxation. Commemorate. Commemorate. Recall and show respect for someone or something. Commemoration. Commemoration. Remembrance, typically expressed in a ceremony. Commemorative. Commemorative. Acting as a memorial or mark of an event or person. Commence. Commence. Begin. Start. Commend. Commend. Praise formally or officially. Commensal. Commensal. A commensal organism, such as many bacteria. Commensurable. Commensurable. Measurable by the same standard. Commensurate. Commensurate. Corresponding in size or degree, in proportion. Comment. Comment. A verbal or written remark expressing an opinion or reaction. Commentator. Commentator. A person who comments on events or on a text. Commerce. Commerce. The activity of buying and selling, especially on a large scale. Commercial. Commercial. Concerned with or engaged in commerce. Commercially. Commercially. In a way that is concerned with buying, selling, and making a profit. Commingle. Commingle. Mix, blend. Commiserate. Commiserate. Express or feel sympathy or pity, sympathize. Commiseration. Commiseration. Sympathy and sorrow for the misfortunes of others. Compassion. Commission. Commission. An instruction, command, or duty given to a person or group of people. Commissioner. Commissioner. A person appointed to a role on or by a commission. Commit. Commit. Carry out or perpetrate a mistake, crime, or immoral act. Commitment. Commitment. The state or quality of being dedicated to a cause, activity, etc. Committee. Committee. A group of people appointed for a specific function, typically consisting of members of a larger group. Commode. Commode. A piece of furniture containing a concealed chamber pot. Commodious. Commodious. Especially of furniture or a building roomy and comfortable. Commodity. Commodity. A raw material or primary agricultural product that can be bought and sold, such as copper or coffee. Common. Common. Occurring, found, or done often, prevalent. Commonly. Commonly. Very often, frequently. Commotion. Commotion. A state of confused and noisy disturbance. Commune. Commune. A group of people living together and sharing possessions and responsibilities. Communicate. Communicate. Share or exchange information, news, or ideas. Communication. Communication. The imparting or exchanging of information or news. Communism. Communism. A political theory derived from Karl Marx, advocating class war and leading to a society. Communist. Communist. A person who supports or believes in the principles of communism. Community. Community. A group of people living in the same place or having a particular characteristic in common. Commute. Commute. Travel some distance between one's home and place of work on a regular basis. Compact. Compact. Closely and neatly packed together. Dense. Compaction. Compaction. The exertion of force on something so that it becomes more dense. Companion. Companion. A person or animal with whom one spends a lot of time or with whom one travels. Company. Company. A commercial business. Comparable. Comparable. Of a person or thing able to be likened to another, similar. Comparative. Comparative. Perceptible by comparison, relative. Compare. Compare. Estimate, measure, or note the similarity or dissimilarity between. Comparison. Comparison. A consideration or estimate of the similarities or dissimilarities between two things. Compartment. Compartment. A separate section of a structure or container in which certain items can be kept separate from others. Compass. Compass. An instrument containing a magnetized pointer which shows the direction of magnetic north and bearings from it. Compassion. Compassion. Sympathetic pity and concern for the sufferings or misfortunes of others. Compassionate. Compassionate. Feeling or showing sympathy and concern for others. Compatibility. Compatibility. A state in which two things are able to exist or occur together without problems or conflict. Compatible. Compatible. Of two things able to exist or occur together without conflict. Compatriot. Compatriot. A fellow citizen or national of a country. Compel. Compel. Force or oblige someone to do something. Compendium. Compendium. A short but complete account of a particular subject, especially in the form of a book. Compensate. Compensate. To pay someone money in exchange for something that has been lost or damaged or for some problem. Compensation. Compensation. Money that is paid to someone in exchange for something that has been lost or damaged or for some problem. Compete. Compete. To try to be more successful than someone or something else. Competence. Competence. The ability to do something successfully or efficiently. Competent. Competent. Having the necessary ability, knowledge, or skill to do something successfully. Competition. Competition. The activity or condition of competing. competitive, competitive. Relating to or characterized by competition. Competitor, competitor. A person who takes part in an contest. Compile, compile. Produce especially a list, report, or book by assembling information collected from other sources. Complain, complain. Express dissatisfaction or annoyance about something. Complement, complement. A thing that completes or brings to perfection. Complete, complete. Having all the necessary or appropriate parts. Completeness, completeness. The state of having all the necessary or appropriate parts. Completion, completion. The action or process of finishing something. Complex, complex. Consisting of many different and connected parts. Complexion, complexion. The natural appearance of the skin on a person's face, especially its color or quality. Complexity, complexity. The state or quality of being intricate or complicated. Compliance, compliance. The action or fact of complying with a wish or command. Comply, comply. Of a person or group act in accordance with a wish or command. Complicate, complicate. Make something more difficult or confusing by causing it to be more complex. Complicated, complicated. Consisting of many interconnecting parts or elements. Intricate. Complication, complication. A circumstance that complicates something, a difficulty. Complicity, complicity. The state of being involved with others in an illegal activity or wrongdoing. Compliment, compliment. A polite expression of praise or admiration. Complementary, complementary. Given or supplied free of charge. Component, component. Constituting part of a larger whole, constituent. Compose. Compose. Write or create a work of art, especially music or poetry. Composed. Composed. Calm and in control of your emotions. Composer. Composer. A person who writes music, especially as a professional occupation. Composite. Composite. Made up of various parts or elements. Composition. Composition. The nature of something's ingredients or constituents. The way in which a whole or mixture is made up. Compost. Compost. Decayed organic material used as a plant fertilizer. Compote. Compote. Fruit preserved or cooked in syrup. Compound. Compound. A thing that is composed of two or more separate elements, a mixture. Comprehend. Comprehend. Grasp mentally. Understand. Comprehensible. Comprehensible. Able to be understood. Intelligible. Comprehension. Comprehension. The action or capability of understanding something. Comprehensive. Comprehensive. Complete, including all or nearly all elements or aspects of something. Compress. Compress. Flatten by pressure, squeeze or press. Compression. Compression. The action of compressing or being compressed. Compressor. Compressor. An instrument or device for compressing something. Comprise. Comprise. To have things or people as parts or members. To consist of. Compromise. Compromise. An agreement or a settlement of a dispute that is reached by each side making concessions. Compulsion. Compulsion. The action or state of forcing or being forced to do something. Constraint. Compulsive. Compulsive. Doing something a lot and unable to stop doing it. Compulsory. Compulsory. Required by law or a rule. Obligatory. Compunction. Compunction. A slight guilty feeling about something you have done or might do. Computation. Computation. The action of mathematical calculation. Compute. Compute. To calculate an answer or amount by using a machine. Computer. Computer. An electronic device for storing and processing data, according to instructions given to it in a variable program. Concave. Concave. Having an outline or surface that curves inward like the interior of a circle or sphere. Concavity. Concavity. The state or quality of being concave. Conceal. Conceal. Keep from sight. Hide. Concealer. Concealer. A flesh-toned cosmetic used to cover facial blemishes and dark circles under the eyes. Concede. Concede. Admit that something is true or valid after first denying or resisting it. Conceivable. Conceivable. Capable of being imagined or grasped mentally. Conceive. Conceive. To bring a thought or idea into being. Imagine. Concentrate. Concentrate. Focus one's attention or mental effort on a particular object or activity. Concentration. Concentration. The action or power of focusing one's attention or mental effort. Concentric. Concentric. Of circles and rings being one inside another and having the same center. Concept. Concept. An abstract idea, a general notion. Conception. Conception. An idea or a particular way you understand or think about something, or a basic understanding of a situation or principle. Conceptualize. Conceptualize. Form a concept or idea of something. Concern. Concern. To trouble someone with feelings of anxiety, worry. Concert. Concert. A musical performance given in public. Concession. Concession. A thing that is granted, especially in response to demands. A thing conceded. Conciliate. Conciliate. Stop someone from being angry or discontented. Concise. Concise. Giving a lot of information clearly and in a few words. Brief but comprehensive. Conclude. Conclude. Bring something to an end. Conclusion. Conclusion. The end or finish of an event or process. Conclusive. Conclusive. Of evidence or argument serving to prove a case. Decisive or convincing. Concoct. Concoct. Make a dish or meal by combining various ingredients. Concoction. Concoction. A mixture of various ingredients or elements. Concomitant. Concomitant. A phenomenon that naturally accompanies or follows something. Concord. Concord. Agreement and peace between countries and people. Concordance. Concordance. An alphabetical list of the words, especially the important ones present in a text. Concourse. Concourse. A large open area inside or in front of a public building, as in an airport or train station. Concrete. Concrete. Existing in a material or physical form, not abstract. Concretely. Concretely. In a definitive or conclusive way. Concubine. Concubine. In polygamous societies, a woman who lives with a man but has lower status than his wife or wives. Concupiscence. Concupiscence. Strong sexual desire. Lust. Concur. Concur. Be of the same opinion. Agree. Concurrence. Concurrence. The fact of two or more events or circumstances happening or existing at the same time. Concurrent. Concurrent. Existing, happening, or done at the same time. Concussion. Concussion. Temporary unconsciousness or confusion caused by a blow on the head. Condemn. Condemn. Express complete disapproval of, typically in public. Censure. Condense. Condense. Make something denser or more concentrated. Condescend. Condescend. Show feelings of superiority. Be patronizing. Condiment. Condiment. A substance such as salt or ketchup that is used to add flavor to food. Condition. Condition. The state of something with regard to its appearance, quality, or working order. Condole. Condole. Express sympathy for someone. Grieve with. Condominium. Condominium. An apartment in a building in which each apartment is owned separately by the people living in it. Condone. Condone. Accept and allow behavior that is considered morally wrong or offensive to continue. Conduct. Conduct. The manner in which a person behaves, especially on a particular occasion or in a particular context. Conduction. Conduction. The process by which heat or electricity is directly transmitted through a substance. Conductor. Conductor. A substance that conducts electricity or heat. Conduit. Conduit. A channel for conveying water or other fluid. Confection. Confection. A dish or delicacy made with sweet ingredients. Confectionery. Confectionery. Sweets or chocolate. Confederate. Confederate. Joined by an agreement or treaty. Confederation. Confederation. A group of countries, organizations, or people who have joined together for economic or political reasons. Confer. Confer. Grant or bestow a title, degree, benefit, or right. Conference. Conference. A formal meeting for discussion. Confess. Confess. Admit or state that one has committed a crime or is at fault in some way. Confidant. Confidant. A person with whom you can share your feelings and secrets. Confide. Confide. To tell something secret or personal to someone whom you trust not to tell anyone else. Confidence. Confidence. The feeling or belief that one can rely on someone or something. Firm trust. Confidential. Confidential. Intended to be kept secret. Configuration. Configuration. An arrangement of elements in a particular form, figure, or combination. Confine. Confine. Keep or restrict someone or something within certain limits of space, scope, quantity, or time. Confirm. Confirm. Establish the truth or correctness of something previously believed, suspected, or feared to be the case. Confirmation. Confirmation. The action of confirming something or the state of being confirmed. 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 Firmly fixed in a particular habit or way of life and unlikely to change. Confiscate. Confiscate. Take or seize someone's property with authority. Confiscation. Confiscation. The action of taking or seizing someone's property with authority, seizure. Conflagration. Conflagration. An extensive fire which destroys a great deal of land or property. Conflict. Conflict. A serious disagreement or argument, typically a protracted one. Confluence. Confluence. The junction of two rivers, especially rivers of approximately equal width. Conform. Conform. Comply with rules, standards, or laws. Conformity. Conformity. Compliance with standards, rules, or laws. Confound. Confound. To confuse someone by being difficult to explain or deal with. Confront. Confront. Meet someone face to face with hostile or argumentative intent. Confrontation. Confrontation. A hostile or argumentative meeting or situation between opposing parties. Confuse. Confuse. Cause someone to become bewildered or perplexed. Confused. Confused. Of a person unable to think clearly, bewildered. Confusion. Confusion. Lack of understanding, uncertainty. Confute. Confute. To prove a person or an argument to be wrong. Congeal. Congeal. Solidify or coagulate, especially by cooling. Congenial. Congenial. Of a person pleasant because of a personality, qualities, or interests that are similar to one's own. Congenital. Congenital. Of a disease or physical abnormality present from birth. Congest. Congest. Crowd a road or place so as to hinder or prevent freedom of movement. Congestion. Congestion. The state of being congested. Conglomerate. Conglomerate. A very large company consisting of several smaller companies or divisions that supply varied products or services. Conglomeration. Conglomeration. A number of different things, parts or items that are grouped together. Collection. Congratulate. Congratulate. To praise someone by expressing pleasure at that person's success or happiness. Congratulation. Congratulation. Words expressing praise for an achievement or good wishes on a special occasion. Congregate. Congregate. Gather into a crowd or mass. Congregation. Congregation. A group of people assembled for religious worship. Congress. Congress. A formal meeting of representatives from countries or organizations at which information is exchanged. Congressional. Congressional. Belonging or relating to a national legislative body, especially that of the U.S. Congruence. Congruence. Agreement or harmony, compatibility. Congruent. Congruent. In agreement or harmony. Conjecture. Conjecture. An opinion or conclusion formed on the basis of incomplete information. Conjugal. Conjugal. Connected with the relationship between married people. Conjunct. Conjunct. Joined together, combined, or associated. Conjunction. Conjunction. A word used to connect clauses or sentences or to coordinate words in the same clause. Connect. Connect. To join together two things, or to be joined together. Connected. Connected. Of two or more things joined together. Connection. Connection. A relationship in which a person, thing, or idea is linked or associated with something else. Connive. Connive. To plan secretly and dishonestly for something to happen that will be to your advantage. Connoisseur. Connoisseur. An expert judge in matters of taste. Connotation. Connotation. An idea or feeling that a word invokes in addition to its literal or primary meaning. Conquer. Conquer. Overcome and take control of a place or people by use of military force. Conqueror. Conqueror. A person who conquers a place or people. Conquest. Conquest. The act of conquering a country, area, or situation. Consanguineous. Consanguineous. Relating to or denoting people descended from the same ancestor. Consanguinity. Consanguinity. The fact of being descended from the same ancestor. Conscience. Conscience. An inner feeling or voice viewed as acting as a guide to the rightness or wrongness of one's behavior. Conscientious. Conscientious. Feeling a moral responsibility to do your work carefully and to be fair to others. Conscious. Conscious. Aware of and responding to one's surroundings. Awake. Consciously. Consciously. In a deliberate and intentional way. Consciousness. Consciousness. The state of being awake and aware of one's surroundings. Conscript. Conscript. Enlist someone compulsorily, typically into the armed services. Conscription. Conscription. Compulsory enlistment for state service, typically into the armed forces. Consecrate. Consecrate. Make or declare something, typically a church sacred. Dedicate formally to a religious or divine purpose. Consecration. Consecration. The action of making or declaring something, typically a church, sacred. consecutive, consecutive, following continuously, consensus, consensus, a general agreement, consent, consent, permission for something to happen or agreement to do something, consequence, consequence, a result or effect of an action or condition, consequent, consequent, following as a result or effect, consequential, consequential, following as a result or effect, conservancy, conservancy, a body concerned with the preservation of nature, specific species, or natural resources, conservation, conservation, prevention of wasteful use of a resource, conservative, conservative, averse to change or innovation and holding traditional values, conserve, conserve, to keep and protect from waste, loss, or damage, preserve, consider, consider, think carefully about something, typically before making a decision, considerable, considerable, notably large in size, amount, or extent, considerate, considerate, careful not to cause inconvenience or hurt to others, consideration, consideration, careful thought, typically over a period of time, considering, considering, taking something into consideration, in view of, consign, consign, deliver something to a person's custody, typically in order for it to be sold, consist, consist, be composed or made up of, consistency, consistency, conformity in the application of something, typically that which is necessary for the fairness, consistent, consistent, acting or done in the same way over time, especially so as to be fair or accurate, consistently, consistently, in every case or on every occasion, invariably, Consolation. Consolation. The comfort received by a person after a loss or disappointment. Console. Console. Comfort someone at a time of grief or disappointment. Consolidate. Consolidate. Make something physically stronger or more solid. Consolidation. Consolidation. The action or process of making something stronger or more solid. Conspicuous. Conspicuous. Standing out so as to be clearly visible. Conspiracy. Conspiracy. A secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful. Conspire. Conspire. Make secret plans jointly to commit an unlawful or harmful act. Constancy. Constancy. The quality of being faithful and dependable. Constant. Constant. Occurring continuously over a period of time. Constantly. Constantly. Continuously over a period of time. Always. Constellation. Constellation. A group of stars forming a recognizable pattern. Consternation. Consternation. Feelings of anxiety or dismay, typically at something unexpected. Constipation. Constipation. A condition in which there is difficulty in emptying the bowels, usually associated with hardened feces. Constituent. Constituent. Being a part of a whole. Constitute. Constitute. Be a part of a whole. Constitution. Constitution. The set of political principles by which a place or organization is governed. Constitutional. Constitutional. Relating to an established set of principles governing a state. Constraint. Constraint. A limitation or restriction. Constrict. Constrict. Make narrower, especially by encircling pressure. Constriction. Constriction. The action of making something narrower by pressure or of becoming. construct, construct. Build or erect, typically a building, road, or machine. Construction, construction. The building of something, typically a large structure. Constructive, constructive. Serving a useful purpose, tending to build up. Consul, consul. An official appointed by a government to live in a foreign city and protect the government's citizens. Consulate, consulate. The place or building in which a consul's duties are carried out. Consult, consult. Seek information or advice from someone with expertise in a particular area. Consultant, consultant. A person who provides expert advice professionally. Consultation, consultation. The action or process of formally consulting or discussing. Consume, consume. To use fuel, energy, or time, especially in large amounts. Consumption, consumption. The using up of a resource. Consummate, consummate. Perfect, complete in every way. Consummation, consummation. The action of making a marriage or relationship complete by having sexual intercourse. Contact, contact. The state or condition of physical touching. Contagion, contagion. The communication of disease from one person to another by close contact. Contagious, contagious. Of a disease spread from one person or organism to another by direct or indirect contact. Contain, contain. Have or hold someone or something within. Container, container. An object that can be used to hold or transport something. Contaminate, contaminate. Make something impure by exposure to or addition of a poisonous or polluting substance. Contamination, contamination. The action or state of making or being made impure by polluting or poisoning. Contemplate, contemplate. Look thoughtfully for a long time at. Contemplation. Contemplation. Serious and quiet thought for a period of time. Contemporary. Contemporary. Living or occurring at the same time. Contempt. Contempt. A strong feeling of lack of respect for someone or something. Contemptible. Contemptible. Deserving contempt. Despicable. Contend. Contend. To compete in order to win something or to achieve a position of leadership. Content. Content. A state of satisfaction. Contest. Contest. An event in which people compete for supremacy in a sport, activity, or particular quality. Context. Context. The influences and events related to a particular event or situation. Contextual. Contextual. Related to the context of something. Continent. Continent. Any of the world's main continuous expanses of land. Continental. Continental. Forming or belonging to a continent. Continue. Continue. Persist in an activity or process. Continuous. Continuous. Forming an unbroken whole, without interruption. Contort. Contort. Twist or bend out of the normal shape. Contour. Contour. An outline, especially one representing or bounding the shape or form of something. Contract. Contract. A written or spoken agreement that is intended to be enforceable by law. Contraction. Contraction. The process of becoming smaller. Contractor. Contractor. A person or company that undertakes a contract to provide materials or labor to perform a service or do a job. Contribute. Contribute. Give something, especially money, in order to help achieve or provide something. Contribution. Contribution. Money, support, or other help. Contrite. Contrite. Feeling or expressing remorse or penitence, affected by guilt. Contrive. Contrive. Create or bring about an object or a situation by deliberate use of skill and artifice. Contumely. Contumely. Insolent or insulting language or treatment. Contusion. Contusion. A region of injured tissue or skin in which blood capillaries have been ruptured, a bruise. Conurbation. Conurbation. A city area containing a large number of people, formed by various towns growing and joining together. Convalesce. Convalesce. Recover one's health and strength over a period of time after an illness or operation. Convalescence. Convalescence. Time spent recovering from an illness or medical treatment. Recuperation. Convalescent. Convalescent. Of a person recovering from an illness or operation. Convection. Convection. The flow of heat through a gas or a liquid as the hotter part rises and the cooler part falls. Convene. Convene. Come or bring together for a meeting or activity. Assemble. Convenience. Convenience. The state of being able to proceed with something with little effort or difficulty. Convenient. Convenient. Fitting in well with a person's needs, activities, and plans. Convent. Convent. A Christian community under monastic vows, especially one of nuns. Convention. Convention. A way of doing something or appearing that is considered usual and correct. Conventional. Conventional. Based on or in accordance with what is generally done or believed. Converge. Converge. To move toward the same point and come closer together or meet. Conversant. Conversant. Familiar with or knowledgeable about something. Conversation. Conversation. A talk, especially an informal one, between two or more people, in which news and ideas are exchanged. Converse. Converse. Engage in conversation. Conversion. Conversion. The process of changing or causing something to change from one form to another. Convert. Convert. Cause to change in form, character, or function. Convertible. Convertible. Able to be changed in form, function, or character. Convex. Convex. Having an outline or surface curved like the exterior of a circle or sphere. Convey. Convey. To express feelings, thoughts, or information to other people. Convict. Convict. To decide officially in a court of law that someone is guilty of a particular crime. Convince. Convince. Cause someone to believe firmly in the truth of something. Convivial. Convivial. Of an atmosphere or event friendly, lively, and enjoyable. Convolution. Convolution. A twist. Convoy. Convoy. A group of ships or vehicles that travel together, especially for protection. Convulse. Convulse. To shake violently, or to cause someone to shake without control. Convulsion. Convulsion. A shaking movement of the body that cannot be controlled, often caused by illness. Cooperate. Cooperate. Work jointly toward the same end. Cooperation. Cooperation. The process of working together to the same end. Cooperative. Cooperative. Involving mutual assistance in working toward a common goal. Coordinate. Coordinate. To make various, separate things work together. Coordination. Coordination. The activity of organizing separate things so that they work together. Coordinator. Coordinator. Someone whose job is to make different groups work together in an organized way to achieve something. Copious. Copious. Abundant in supply or quantity. Copy. Copy. A thing made to be similar or identical to another. Correct. Correct. Free from error, in accordance with fact or truth. correction, correction. The action or process of correcting something. Correctly, correctly. In a way that is true, factual or appropriate, accurately. Correlation, correlation. A mutual relationship or connection between two or more things. Correspond, correspond. To be similar or the same in some way. Correspondence, correspondence. Letters written from one person to another, or the activity of writing and receiving letters. Correspondent, correspondent. A person who writes letters to a person or a newspaper, especially on a regular basis. Corroborate, corroborate. Confirm or give support to a statement, theory, or finding. Corroboration, corroboration. Evidence which confirms or supports a statement, theory, or finding. Confirmation. Corrode, corrode. Destroy or damage metal, stone, or other materials slowly by chemical action. Corrosion, corrosion. The process of corroding metal, stone, or other materials. Corrupt, corrupt. Having a willingness to act dishonestly in return for money or personal gain. Corruption, corruption. Dishonest or fraudulent conduct by those in power, typically involving bribery. Couch, couch. A long upholstered piece of furniture for several people to sit on. Counsel, counsel. Advice, especially that given formally. Count, count. Determine the total number. Countenance, countenance. A person's face or facial expression. Court, court. A tribunal presided over by a judge, judges, or a magistrate in civil and criminal cases. Cousin, cousin. A child of one's uncle or aunt. Covenant, covenant. An agreement. Cover, cover. Put something on top of or in front of something, especially in order to protect or conceal it. Covering. Covering. A thing used to cover something else, typically in order to protect or conceal it. Curfew. Curfew. A regulation requiring people to remain indoors between specific hours, typically at night. Custom. Custom. A traditional and widely accepted way of behaving or doing something. Customary. Customary. According to the customs with a particular society, place, or set of circumstances. Customer. Customer. A person or organization that buys goods or services from a store or business.